There'd be nothing like a good supernova to liven things up around here. A supernova is far and away the most spectacular event in the universe. The supernova of a massive star releases more energy in a few seconds than the sun will release in its entire lifetime. This colossal explosion is set off by the exhaustion of the fuel in the star's core, something that requires a little bit more explanation. A star is kept in equilibrium by two forces: the outward pressure created by the heat released in the star's core and the inward pull of the star's gravity. During most of its life, those two forces are in balance and the star stays relatively stable. But when the core exhausts its fuel, that outward push diminishes, the star collapses under its own gravitational pull, and the result is a massive explosion. The result is called a supernova, and it temporarily outshines everything else in the universe. Actually, outshine is the wrong word. Nearby star systems would be flash-fried. Even ones at a relatively safe distance would experience such a flux of electromagnetic radiation that their planets would experience a bombardment of their atmosphere sufficient to damage it severely. Afterwards, the collapsed core of the exploded star becomes either a neutron star or a black hole, depending on its mass. The remnants continue to glow brightly for months, eventually dimming and finally disappearing altogether. Actually, we've got a good candidate for a supernova not too far away. Well, that's a relative term. It's 640 light years away, which is not exactly next door, fortunately for us. It's called Betelgeuse, and it is the familiar star that makes up the right shoulder of the constellation Orion. It's a red supergiant, about 11 times the mass of the Sun, so in the range that will produce a neutron star once it goes supernova. And its volume is absolutely enormous. If you put the center of Betelgeuse where the Sun's center is, the outer atmosphere of Betelgeuse would be somewhere between the orbits of Jupiter and Saturn. Put a different way, if Betelgeuse was where the Sun is, the Earth would be inside the star. Betelgeuse has long been known as one of the better supernova candidates in our near vicinity. When asked when it's going to explode, though, astronomers get a little cagey. It could be tomorrow, they say, or it could be in 100,000 years. But from recent behavior of the star has indicated that it might be closer to the tomorrow end of the spectrum. Betelgeuse is a variable star oscillating between about 0.0 and plus 0.5 on the magnitude scale. The magnitude scale is set up so that larger positive numbers are dimmer. This means it oscillates between being the 5th brightest star in the night sky and the 10th, and its period of oscillation is a little over a year. But in the last few months, its magnitude dropped to plus 1.3, making it the 23rd brightest star in the night sky, so a significant difference. Could this herald the beginnings of the collapse that will cause a supernova? Could be. It looks like what happened is it blew off a large cloud of dust and gas, but whether that's actually a precursor to an explosion, we're just not sure. Supernovae are not common events. The last one that was visible to the naked eye was Kepler's star that exploded in 1604. So what the lead up to the explosion will look like, we really don't know. What's certain is that this is unprecedented behavior. Astronomers at Villanova University have been keeping track of what Betelgeuse is doing, and even they are pretty convinced that something odd's happening. It's understandable that they're keeping track. If Betelgeuse goes supernova, when Betelgeuse goes supernova, it's going to be beyond spectacular. It's estimated that its magnitude will change to about -10, which is 16 times brighter than the full moon and a full 100 times brighter than the planet Venus. It will be easily visible during the day and will provide enough light to read by night. And this won't be a blink and you miss it type of event. The supernova will be bright for something on the order of 8 to 9 months, only fading gradually. During that time, other than the sun, it will be the brightest thing in the sky. And I can say unequivocally, I hope it happens really soon. It'd be nice to have something happen up there that takes our mind off of how screwed up things are down here. We always need a good reminder that our petty little squabbles and all the stuff that seems so important really is pretty minuscule when compared to the rest of the universe. So, as far as I'm concerned, bring on the supernova. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Our links are down there, and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.